Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Saturday, April 7th, and this is our update to Vegas Baby, which is totally overdue. And away we go. Looking at Boyd, MGM, LVS, WYNN, and Williams. Okay, well, starting off with Boyd. Here we are Friday, spinning top. Short-term moving averages breaking down. It's collapsing the long-term bullish bar. Middle Bollinger Band almost above everything. Overall, pretty darn bearish. 200-day moving average coming in just above $7.20. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up. Stochastics down, CCI down, RSI sideways, MACD histogram down, MACD itself pretty much going sideways, looking for a bearish cross to complete. And not really attractive. Not attractive. Now, why would we even look at this? This is the weakest stock in Vegas, cheapest, etc. Well, we have this previous low over here, right about 670. Actually, the exact is 671. If we break this 200-day moving average, we're probably going to crash through this previous level. And why is that important? Because we don't really have anything to catch this until it gets back down to its, what I would consider its proper valuation, down here at $6. It's actually between $6 and just shy of $6.50, but that is a good little run to the downside if we do get that breakout. So, just pointing out, I mean, it's already come down quite a bit. It's already halfway to where it needs to go, but still, it's nice. And not too much to say on that one. MGM, something a little more interesting. Ending Friday with a gravestone doji. You can see that it's doing damage to the long-term moving average bar, middle Bollinger Band above everything. It's not attractive. We have the 200-day moving average here at 12. And if we look at price levels, it's just broken a major one in the last week. All this support, all this buying area. So that is turning resistance. We have this previous floor, just shy of 13. Beyond that, there isn't anything until you get down here to the 1025 area to the 10 area, and that is a nice drop. So if the economy does seem to be petering out, and one of the first things to get hit is Vegas, so very, very nice. Lots of potential to make some money if we have confirmation in the news, and you'll see this one fall very rapidly. Although this is the largest in Vegas, of the Vegas companies, that has a little bit of exposure to China, the Vegas outweighs by a large amount, and this one will probably get beat up pretty darn good. This is actually my favorite Vegas stock to play. And going on to LVS, which undoubtedly is, going forward, the strongest casino stock probably in the world, simply because they are ruling the China casinos, and you can see that from here. I mean, it's just been a quite a run, and they just announced another casino in Asia, so these guys are going to be doing great for a very long while. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down, stochastics up, CCI up, RSI up, histogram sloping up, and the MACD itself going sideways. And this one, you can see it's very different than MGM because it has so many more supports, almost in a stair fashion. So yeah, this one is would be much more difficult to short. There's much more to catch it, and you'll notice that it is not fighting with the long-term moving average bar. It is still rising. So I would stay away from this one on the short side, even if the USA slows down. I mean, it's going to take a real big, terrible thing to happen in China for this one to get destroyed, and that is what it is. And WYNN, ooh, WYNN's gotten beat up pretty darn good, coming off of its high almost at 190, way back here. Okay, I guess it's 170s, and this one, although probably the best managed, does not have as many casinos in Asia as LVS, and it is paying the price for it. A nice strong Friday, bullish engulfing. It's below the 200-day moving average. You can see that it's having problems with that. The long-term moving average bar is already, it's been through a lot, so it's not very strong at the moment. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down, stochastics up, CCI up, RSI up, down on the MACD, up on the MACD histogram. This one is very interesting in that we have levels above that can definitely put a lid on further up movement up here at just above 135. It did break one on this one on Friday, which is good for it, but I mean, even if it's able to hold above it, it's going to be in this range. But beyond that, we have major support at 110 to the 105 area, and I think it'd be more likely to go down and head for that personally before rising again. I mean, this is not a bad stock, not at all, and it definitely can weather Vegas downturns since most of its money is coming from China. So it does have strength like LVS, but not to the same extent. So I would be surprised a 110 once again, but I wouldn't be expecting it to just crap out and go back to its previous 40s to 60s area. And WMS Williams, these are the biggest manufacturer of gaming machines, slot machines in the world. They are the best. And when Williams is doing good, normally Vegas is doing good because they're ordering equipment. You can see the 14-day RSI moving average still ticking up. Stochastics trying to roll over, CCI trying to go down, histogram ticking down, MACD going sideways, RSI going down, and we don't really have too much to go off of from the candles. Yes, spinning top on Friday, but we're still above the long-term moving average bar. We still have most of the short-term moving averages above the middle Bollinger Band. We did close again above the upper price consensus level for the current month. There is considerable strength here. But if we were to see something happen, for instance, a head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder, if it were to turn down from this point, that would be terrible for Vegas stocks. And we have the 14-day getting pretty darn high. Once this one turns over, we could have a pretty decent pullback. It will be bad for the Vegas stocks overall, most notably MGM and Boyd, and to a lesser extent WYNN. And we can see that we do have several areas of support, 23, which would coincide with a retest of the long-term moving average bar, which is not that strong, but at least it's there. And beyond that, going down to the $20 area, just above and just below, is where all of the support should be. Actually, we should call it between 21 and 1920. Still, a decline of that size would would do considerable damage to the Vegas stocks, which is definitely an opportunity. Oh, there's one more. This one's very interesting. CZR, Caesars. It just had its IPO a couple of months ago. We had the buy-in down in the $9 area. And due to some covenants, they're not able to flip those stocks, not all at once, but over the course of the rest of this year. So it opened up, just climbed, and then dropped. That was the initial selling that was allowed. Once there wasn't any more to sell, it just climbed right back up. Now there's going to be another series of this kind of selling throughout the rest of the year. But I do think that once that's over, this is probably going to be a really good stock, especially if they're able to get their foot into Macau and the Cody Strip. You see the 14-day RSI moving average massively high, along with the stochastics, along with the CCI, which is ticking down. RSI going sideways, MACD, histogram ticking down, MACD still pointing up. Yep, I would not be surprised whatsoever with this one going down. I mean, it really should once the next round of selling is allowed. But until then, spinning top above the upper price consensus level for this month. And not bad, but it'll be very obvious when the next covenant allows selling. And there it is. Lots of opportunities on the downside if we are going into a risk-off market. The Vegas stocks have had an incredible run, probably too much, and a couple of them have already made a little bit of a move to the downside, but plenty more have significant room to run to the downside, most notably MGM. So I'll be watching for some weakness, watching for confirmation in the news, and it could be a good opportunity in the near term. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.